Peace and blessings, everybody. Hey, I want to thank you for your appreciation of this daily dose of Troydi-Gras wisdom that we are dropping every day in the month of September. Just my way of celebrating life and being happy and excited about being blessed to see another year. And today I want to share something with you that actually came out of a coaching conversation, a counseling conversation, however you want to call it. And the young man that I coach, one of many, said to me today that, man, you need to really share that is powerful and it needs to be shared with other people. And I said, well, I've said it before in some shape, form, or fashion. He says, no, you needed to say it the way you said it to me. I have one of my students, one of the mentees, and he's a gentleman in his 50s, who really listens when I teach and when I talk. And I love talking to him because he listens to leverage. He listens to learn. And he listens so intently that I have to be extremely careful with what I say to him, because if I say do A, B, and K, he's going to do A, B, and K with everything in him. And that's good. I like people like that. They don't waste your time. They value your word, your wisdom, your knowledge. And those are good people that you want to sow into, which really brought me to this conversation today. And we want to talk about relationships, a conversation I just had with him, and it really blessed him and opened his eyes to some things. And I've got 3 points that I know I want to share with you. And here's number 1. Learn how to value your relationship currency with above average people. Let me say that again. Learn how to value your relationship currency with above average people. Now, when I say above average people, I'm not trying to put anybody down. I'm not trying to put anybody in a particular category, but you know, like I know, that all relationships are not equal. All the people that we have relationships with are not equal. Some come at a level that may be a little more elevated in terms of the conversation being concise, being articulate, being useful, being purpose-driven. And I want to challenge you here and now and going forward, because the future of all of our lives will really be determined by the relationship currency that we possess and the way that we value that relationship currency. And I want to challenge you to make sure that you value all of your relationship currency, but especially that currency that you have with above average people. Think of it this way. Never treat the great like they are grass. Let me say that again. Never treat the great like they are grass. Pastor Troy, what are you talking about? Never treat the great like they are grass. Well, 2 things I know we do with grass. Number 1, we walk on it. We walk on grass without sometimes any regard for the grass, because it's there, it's beneath our feet, and because we can walk on it, we do. You never, ever, 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 never, ever want to treat someone who's an above average person in your life like they're grass. You don't want to walk on them. You don't want to walk over them. You don't want to disregard them. Why? Because they're an above average individual, and their value in your life should have a premium place as it relates to what's important to you and what really means something to you in the scope of your relationships. The second thing I know that we do with grass or to grass is we cut it, and we cut it short. Now, when we talk about grass, yes, grass itself must be cut, has to be cut short to maintain so that you can keep all the critters out and you can see what's in your yard, and it makes the house look better. I get that. But you never want to treat the great people in your life like grass. In other words, you never want to cut them short. You never want to be the one who is receiving, but you're not giving. You never want to be the one who is in the lopsided side of the relationship, because you're cutting them short. You're cutting them short when it comes to honor, or maybe you're cutting them short when it comes to respect. I've even seen this. You're cutting them short when they're trying to converse with you and share wisdom and knowledge with you. And I guess because sometimes people are so eager to be heard that they cut short the very person or the very people that they've asked for assistance. Make sure that you're not guilty of that. Be mindful of that, because here's what I know about average people. Average people who have a tendency to treat above average people in the way that I've just described wind up losing those above average people in their lives. Here's the second thing that I just want to share with you. Use it if you can. If not, don't worry about it. But I know that this helped him, and I believe it'll help you. The second thing I want to share with you about relationship currency, this whole thing is about relationship currency, is I want you to learn to appreciate the relationship currency that above average people invest in you with their time, with their wisdom, and with their conversation. Learn to appreciate it, people. The reason why you want to learn to appreciate it is because above average people have a lot of above average options. There are a lot of things they can do with their time, with their energy, with their wisdom. Why? Because they have exposure to a certain level of accoutrements and advantages in life. So if an above average person takes the time to converse with you, to talk with you, to be concerned about you, then let me tell you something. Because that person rocks with you, that means they see something in you that is above average. So the last thing you want to do is to take that for granted. Never take an above average individual in your life for granted. Here's why. Because access is a gift. I want to say that again. Access is a gift. And here's what I need you to understand today. Because access is a gift, it should always be appreciated. You know why? Because it may not always be available. This is good. This is good. And here's the third one. Let it bless you. Let it bless you. Learn to have amazing relationship currency yourself. I got to slow down because this one may be the best one. I don't know. Learn to have amazing relationship currency yourself. What do you mean by that, Pastor Troy? Well, it's easy to be interested in talking to someone who's above average. It's easy to be interested in talking to someone who you know has a track record, proof of concept. They know what they're talking about. They have the ability to empower people. And it's easy to be interested in wanting to have a relationship with them, engage with them, converse with them. But here's the problem oftentimes. Even though it's easy to be interested, oftentimes the one that is interested is not that interesting. Now listen, don't get offended with this. Take it and use it and leverage it. Because above average people, or should we just even say interesting people, they look for interesting people to give their time with, give their time to, share their time with, share their wisdom with. So don't get caught up in the fact that you're interested. I'm interested in getting to know that person. I'm interested in hearing what they have to say and learning what they know and seeing what they feel about my life and different things that they might be able to help me with. I'm so interested. That's easy. The interested must remember that you also have to be interesting. And the way you do that is to have something to talk about other than your problems, other than your needs, other than your challenges. Another way to do that is to converse, to give more than to get and to receive. Oftentimes those that are interested, but they're not interesting, fall into this particular category of always wanting to converse to get, converse to receive. And the person who you're interested in, if or when they engage or entertain you or give you access, they get nothing in return but a withdrawal of their resources, of their knowledge, of their wisdom. And let me tell you something, that can be cool once or twice. That can be cool maybe 4 or 5 times. But over a period of time, that becomes very uninteresting. Why? Because every single one of us want a fair exchange for our time, for our investment, for our energy, for our wisdom, for our knowledge, for our care, and for our concern. We want an equitable relationship. And it's possible only, though, when we are cognitive that it's important and that it's necessary. Well, hey, I hope this blessed you today as we talk about relationship currency and how each of us needs to be mindful that we are valuing it, appreciating it, and that we have it ourselves so that when we engage with other people, it is a treat, it is a gift, it is a blessing, it is an enjoyment for all parties involved. Well, hey, this is Troy Wynn Sr., the pastor of the Freedom Church in Warner Robins, Georgia, celebrating Troydi-Gras. That's my air horn, just in case y'all trying to figure out what that is. Celebrating Troydi-Gras, my birthday in the entire month. September the 7th is the official day of celebration, but we celebrate the whole month. That's how grateful we are to God that we are alive and we're here to just be a blessing to those who are connected to us. Hey, do me a favor, share this, listen to it and leverage it. And if it bless you, leave a comment. Have a great day, everybody.